Why your dog sleeps in these positions. Have you ever noticed how your dog sleeps? Sometimes they curl up like a tiny donut. Other times they lie on their back with their legs in the air like they don't have a care in the world. And occasionally they stretch out on their stomach like a superhero flying through the sky. Most dog owners think these positions are random. Maybe your dog is just getting comfortable. Maybe it's just a habit. But the truth is, the way your dog sleeps can reveal a lot about their personality, their emotions, and even how safe they feel around you. In fact, scientists who study animal behavior say that sleeping positions often reveal what animals are thinking and feeling in ways they can't tell us directly. Once you understand these positions, you might start looking at your dog very differently. Let's start with one of the most common positions dogs use when they sleep.
1. The donut position. Your dog is protecting itself. Have you ever seen your dog curl up tightly with its paws tucked underneath and its head resting near its tail? This is often called the donut or bagel sleeping position. And believe it or not, this position comes straight from your dog's wild ancestors. Animals in the wild often sleep curled up because it helps them conserve body heat and protect their vital organs. By curling their bodies inward, they shield their stomach and chest, which are the most vulnerable areas. Dogs sometimes adopt this position when they feel cold, especially during fall or winter. But here's the interesting part. Even happy and comfortable dogs sleep this way sometimes, simply because it's warm, secure, and incredibly cozy. So if your dog sleeps like a donut, they're not necessarily worried. They're just choosing one of nature's safest sleeping positions. But sometimes your dog sleeps in a way that looks completely opposite.
2. Sleeping on their back. Your dog feels completely safe. Now, let's talk about one of the funniest sleeping positions dogs have. The belly-up position, sometimes called the crazy legs. You might walk into the room and see your dog lying flat on its back with its legs stretched out in every direction. It might look ridiculous, but it's actually one of the strongest signs of trust a dog can show. When dogs expose their belly, they are showing their most vulnerable part of their body. In the wild, no dog would sleep like this unless they felt completely safe. Researchers who study dog behavior often say that dogs who sleep belly up feel extremely relaxed in their environment. There's also another reason dogs sleep this way: cooling down. Dogs have sweat glands in their paws and very little fur on their bellies. By exposing their stomach, they can release heat and cool their body faster. So if your dog sleeps like this, it usually means 2 things. They trust their environment completely, and they're perfectly comfortable in your home. But there's another position that reveals something even more interesting about your bond.
3. Sleeping back to back. Your dog sees you as family. If your dog likes to sleep pressed against you or back to back with another dog, there's a simple reason behind it. It goes back to puppyhood. When puppies are young, they sleep close together in a pile. This helps them stay warm and feel safe, while their bodies are still learning how to regulate temperature. As dogs grow older, that instinct doesn't disappear. Sleeping close to someone becomes a habit rooted in comfort and security. So when your dog curls up against you at night, it's not just because the bed is warm. It's an instinctive way of saying, "You are part of my pack." Dogs are naturally social animals, and when they choose to sleep touching you, it means they trust you the same way they trust their own family. But sometimes your dog sleeps in a position that looks almost heroic. 4. The Superman position. Your dog is ready to play. Have you ever seen your dog lying flat on its stomach, with its legs stretched forward and back? It almost looks like they're flying. This is often called the Superman position. And this position actually tells us something about your dog's mood. Dogs usually sleep this way during short naps rather than deep sleep. The position makes it very easy for them to jump up quickly if something exciting happens. In other words, your dog isn't fully shutting down. They're resting, but still ready for action. Dogs who sleep in this position are often energetic, playful, and always ready for the next adventure. So if you see your dog sleeping like Superman, don't be surprised if they suddenly jump up ready to play. But there's one sleeping position that reveals something even deeper about your dog's emotional state. 5. Sleeping on their side. Your dog is completely relaxed. When a dog lies on its side while sleeping, it usually means one thing: total comfort. Dogs that sleep on their side are often deeply relaxed and confident in their environment. This position allows them to enter deeper stages of sleep because their muscles are relaxed and their breathing becomes slower. Behaviorists often associate side sleeping with affectionate dogs who share a strong bond with their owners. In other words, if your dog regularly sleeps like this around you, it means they feel completely at peace in your presence. But there's one more habit dogs often do before they fall asleep that many owners notice every night. 6. Circling and digging. Your dog is following ancient instincts. Have you ever noticed your dog walking in circles or scratching the bed before lying down? This behavior might seem strange, but it actually goes back thousands of years. Before dogs were domesticated, their ancestors would trample down grass, leaves, or dirt to create a comfortable sleeping spot. Circling helped flatten the area and remove small objects. Digging also helped create warmth and insulation. Even though your dog now sleeps on a soft bed or blanket, that instinct still remains. So when your dog circles before lying down, they're not being weird. They're simply following instincts that are older than civilization itself. 7. Sleeping on your clothes. Your dog misses you. Have you ever come home and found your dog sleeping on your clothes? Maybe it's your shirt on the bed. Maybe it's a jacket you left on the chair. Sometimes it's even a pile of laundry you just took off. Most people think their dog is just being silly, but there's actually a very simple reason behind it. Your scent. Dogs experience the world primarily through smell. In fact, a dog's sense of smell is estimated to be tens of thousands of times stronger than humans. Your clothing carries your scent more strongly than almost anything else in the house. So when your dog curls up on your clothes, they're surrounding themselves with something that feels familiar and comforting. It's a little like when a child sleeps with a favorite blanket. Your scent tells your dog that you're nearby, even when you're not. And that's why many dogs choose to sleep on their owner's clothes when they're alone in the house. In a quiet, instinctive way, it's their way of staying close to you. But there is one more sleeping behavior that reveals something fascinating about your dog's instincts. 8. The lion pose. Your dog isn't fully asleep. Sometimes you might see your dog lying down with its body upright, paws stretched forward, and head resting gently on top of them. It almost looks like a statue. This position is often called the lion pose, and it's not actually deep sleep. In this position, your dog's muscles stay slightly tense, which prevents him from falling completely into deep rest. This allows him to relax, while still remaining ready to move at a moment's notice. Dogs often use this position when they have energy, but still want to rest. It's like they're saying, I'm relaxing, but I'm not completely off duty. You'll often see this when your dog is resting during the day, or when they're waiting for something interesting to happen. Maybe a walk, maybe a toy, or maybe just a moment you stand up and say their favorite word. Because for many dogs, even sleep can't fully compete with the possibility of play. The truth is, every sleeping position your dog chooses tells a story. It can reveal how safe they feel, how relaxed they are, and sometimes even how much they trust you. So the next time your dog falls asleep beside you, take a moment to notice how they're sleeping, because their body might be telling you something words never could. And if you look closely, you might realize just how much your dog trusts you. If you enjoyed learning about your dog's sleeping habits, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, how does your dog sleep at night?